Meanwhile, the Senate has urged President Muhammadu Buhari to review his position in withholding assent on the bill to establish Peace Corps of Nigeria. This followed the adoption of a point of order raised by Senator Dino Melai during plenary. Relying on the Senate rules, Melai urged the Senate to revisit the bill with a view to veto the president if he fails to withdraw his rejection of the bill. President Muhammadu Buhari had cited duplication of duty and funding challenges in declining assent to the Nigerian Peace Corps Establishment Bill 2017, recently passed by the National Assembly. In order to end the increased spate of medical tourism abroad, the House of Representatives has called for a comprehensive upgrade of tertiary health system, teaching hospitals and medical centers in each state of the country to international standard. The House also resolved to set up in motion necessary machineries that would ensure an upward review of the budgetary allocation for the health sector to meet the minimum 15% recommended by African heads of states in Abuja. The resolution followed the adoption of a motion by a member, Segun Adekola, on the need to upgrade the teaching hospitals and the National Hospital Abuja to international standard. Adekola had noted that Nigerians spend over 360 billion naira yearly on medical treatment abroad. The federal government has concluded plans to declare a state of emergency in the education sector across the 36 states of the federation, including the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. The declaration, according to the Minister of Education, Adamu Adamu, has been slated for April 2018. Speaking in Lafia, Nasarawa State, Adamu expressed concerns over the rate at which scores of school children were out of school, poor infrastructure, lack of regular teaching training, lack of instructional materials, among other things. He called on all states and other major stakeholders to address the issues. And as the global community settles for the implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, the presidency says improved women empowerment is a major key to the attainment of national growth. Senior Special Assistant to President Muhammadu Buhari on SDGs, Adejoke Arelope, in a statement in honor of the 2018 International Women's Day celebration, noted that issues of development demands women's attention. She noted that the realization of the importance of women empowerment made the global leaders to recognize gender equality as a separate goal in the post-2015 development agenda. She called on all stakeholders to show more commitment in supporting the cause of women and shun all forms of violence against women to engender an equitable society where women and girls are not left out. Today is Women's International Day, and Nigerians have joined in the call for equal opportunities for everyone, especially women, as today marks International Women's Day. The theme of the day is Press Forward and Progress. The aim of the day is to raise awareness about gender parity. Those who spoke with us said women should be given equal opportunities for national growth.
As today marks the International Women's Day, we are using this opportunity to call on all well-meaning Nigerians that have contributions to make to national growth, that we should not leave our women behind. Also, other groups should not be left out in this call. Though today is for women, but women are also part of society. Everything that surrounds women, the children and also other vulnerable groups should be also carried along in this national development. We are equally using this auspicious occasion to call on everyone not to discriminate against anybody, no matter their status. We should not discriminate against anyone, and that is the general message of today's celebration of women. We are celebrating our women though, but we are also celebrating all other people that need to contribute to national growth. We should not leave anybody behind.
The way they are marginalizing our women in this country is unfair. Let it be be that in our constitution there will be a position where they will say that women will go and carry this position. So what we are talking is let them take us as part of this country. In some places women has been there as president, but in our country men, they have failed us. So let us try women now and know whether they can even try.
Gender equality is possible in Nigeria, but it has to be legislated. Either the National Assembly have to do something about it. If not, if you completely put both men and women on the same page, it will be very, very difficult. You will not even expect peace in this country.
Let women go to school. That's the force that liberates everybody. A man that does not go to school is oppressed too. Gender sensitivity, well, is good, but the important thing is for everyone to be educated.
In some countries where they try, Nigeria is answering her, but I never see a state where they will say in this country that a woman is the governor. But what we are asking for, let that equity be for both men and for both women in this country.
This is International Women's Day. It's an opportunity to transform all actions to empower women in all settings. FCT residents have decried what they described as exorbitant billing by the Abuja Electricity Distribution Company, AEDC, despite the epileptic power supply in most parts of the city. They are of the opinion that the estimated billing system is not maximized in the interest of the consumers.
The contentious issue in most cases when it comes to the distribution company is this issue of estimated billing. Why should there be estimated billing? There shouldn't be. AEDC gives you supply. Agree, they give you supply, but how do they measure your payment? And the only apparatus to do measurement is the meter. If they don't give you meter, then whatever they give to you is based on estimation. And when you are estimating something, one person of the two parties is bound to lose. In the interest of fairness in business, AEDC should provide a measuring apparatus or meter for every consumer. In that way, there is no cheating. You pay for what you consume. Then they supply to you. If you don't want to use, you can decide to switch off.
Actually, they are trying now, because for past how many months you cook your soup, put it inside freezer, and so the next day the thing was sour, you can pour the soup away. But now they are trying. At least for the past 4 days, we never even hear about NEPA failure from my own side. But what I want to say now is the way they used to bill us, the bill is too exorbitant. So I'm pleading with them, if they can make it so easy for everybody in this country.
Despite the improvement, there are still a lot of things that are not yet up to speed. For instance, the estimated billing issue. We call on the AEDC to really put their acts together and solve it once and for all. Since that is their business, they should sensitize the people and give them a roadmap. If everybody is metered and they pay for what they consume, the revenue is still going back to the AEDC. Using this opportunity to call on AEDC to double up their effort in spreading prepaid meter to every household that generates electricity. The more you supply the people, the more revenue you are going to get.
Before a house should be commissioned, the meter should already be in place. But here in Nigeria, you just see this will connect and start estimating people. People will be shouting. So we are begging the government to do something about this.
Abuja Electricity Distribution Company AEDC spokesman Ahmed Shekarau said the residents can complain if they think they are being shortchanged.
AEDC will not in any way ask people to pay for electricity they don't consume. However, estimation is approximation. It's not exact science. Because we are conscious of that, that's why we are making efforts to give every of our customers meter. But even before we give customers meters, at the back of every of our bills, we've outlined procedures through which each customer can get his or her complaint address. If you feel you are overbilled, write to us. People need to understand that we are usually guided through a methodology that has been provided by the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission on how to estimate our customers. And we are making efforts to ensure that every customer, except those who do not want to have meters, will have a meter.
Governor Samuel Otom of Benue State has advocated for the review of Economic Community of West African States ECOWAS protocol if it has become a tool used to undermine Nigerians' security. Governor Otom advocated this on Wednesday in Makurdi when he received the Controller General of Immigration Service, Mohammed Babandede, in his office. The governor suggested that the provisions for quarantine services for livestock and prohibition of movement with arms as should be enforced for improved security in the country. He also tasked the immigration authorities to curtail the excesses of immigrants into the country. Earlier, the Consul General said he was in the state to patrol the border area at Abande in Kwande local government area with a view to checking the influx of illegal foreigners into the country. Reports say hundreds of internally displaced persons IDPs from Fufure and Makohi camps in Adamawa staged peaceful protest over lack of food in the camps. The IDPs, mostly women and children, on Wednesday appealed to President Muhammadu Buhari to intervene in the plight. The camps, managed by NEMA, is said to have about 3,000 IDPs. The IDPs, in separate interviews with the news agency of Nigeria, NAN, said people living in the camp need urgent food intervention because any moment from now, according to them, people will begin to die due to hunger and starvation. According to them, food was last brought to the camps in December 2017. Abani Iman, the state coordinator, NEMA, in charge of Adamawa and Taraba, confirmed the development but said the challenges would soon be addressed. The United States has announced that about $533 million in humanitarian assistance for Nigeria, Ethiopia, Somalia, and South Sudan, as well as countries in the Chad region. U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson said millions of people were facing life-threatening food insecurity and malnutrition as a result of ongoing conflict or prolonged drought in the countries. Out of the funds, more than $128 million is for affected populations from Nigeria and countries in the Lake Chad region. He, however, said it is up to the leaders in the countries to stop the violence and put the welfare of the citizens at the forefront of their actions. He called on all parties to allow aid workers safe and unhindered access to help communities in need. We'll now take a short break. We'll be right back. Please do stay with us. Welcome back. And on the front scene, the UN Refugee Agency says it is deeply concerned about renewed tension in the violent Kasai region of the Democratic Republic of Congo and criticized the Angolan government for forcing some 500 refugees to return. UN said continuing instability poses a grave risk to civilian safety. Several hundred refugees recently returned from Angola. Nearly 1 million people have been forced to flee their homes in Kasai since the second half of 2016 due to a brutal cycle of inter-ethnic violence, anti-government fighting, and a crackdown by the military. The bloodshed has seen 35,000 refugees cross Congo's 1,000 border into Angola, seeking safety in and around Dundo. And in sports, the regional trophy to be handed over to the 2018 FIFA World Cup winning team in Moscow on July 15 is in Nigeria. The trophy is on a tour of 91 cities in 51 countries across 6 continents before the 21st FIFA World Cup. Football faithfuls in Nigeria and in Abuja says the Super Eagles must seize the opportunity to be the first African nation to win the cup. The competition is scheduled for June 14 to July 15 in Russia.
We want to use this opportunity to let all Nigerians and all supporters of soccer in Nigeria to have it in mind that we want to keep this cup for real in Nigeria. Let us all put our hands together, all the things that need to be done for the players, for the coaches, for the fitness crew. Let us all put all our hands on deck to make sure that this cup comes back to Nigeria, to reside in Nigeria, not just to pass by.
To God be the glory, we are making waves right from a long time. In the days of Amonike, even before those set of people, we have people like Odek Bami, we have Mudashiro Lawal. Football had been the most popular game in Nigeria. And coming to this set of boys, we can only pray for them, because whatever you do, put in your own skill, put in your own practice, and do whatever you can do humanly possible. Let us be the first African country to bring the World Cup at that level, because I know Nigeria we have taken at the lower level, so that at the highest level of football, let us be able to bring it, and can only pray that these boys will do us proud.
The Igwe and Super Igwe of Nigeria should not this time interested in carrying money. When the tournament starts, they already know Nigerian is carrying the cup. With the set of the Super Igwe squad we have, I believe it, and Nigeria is going to be the first African country that will lift this World Cup come Russia 2018. I wish them the best of luck in this tournament.
Meanwhile, the Super Eagles boss, Junior Roy, has called up team captain Mikel Obi, Ogenyi Onazi, and Victor Moses in the 28-man squad for the Poland and Serbia friendly matches. The friendly matches are in preparation for the 2018 FIFA World Cup to be hosted by Russia. Nigeria will trade tackles with Poland on March 23rd and Serbia 4 days later. And that's the news this hour, but we'd like to remind you that Senate has passed a conference report on NFIA bill. Hungry IDPs protest food shortage in Adamawa State. And in sports, Super Eagle boss invites Mikel Onazi, Moses, and 25 others for Poland-Serbia friendlies. That's the news this hour. Thank you for listening. I'm Oikike Igado Kure.
Time will bring the real end about you.